Well, hello, beautiful people. Hopefully, some of the other YouTubers will be joining me very soon. Whoever who can join me, that's fine. It's very windy where I am. So I just wanted to wish you guys a happy New Year's. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas. And I want to thank you for all the support that you give to me, to all of the other YouTubers. Yeah, and I want to thank all of you who donated through PayPal and super chats for the channel, because as you know, everything goes to the school. Thanks for those who bought the merchandise, and thanks for supporting me in this little channel. We have our little community, so thank you very much for that, guys. So hopefully some of the guys will be hopping in, I hope you don't mind that. So yes, so much to talk about for New Year's and 2024, guys. Um, it ended with a bang for Harry and Meghan Markle, I gotta say. And I don't think that 2024 is going to be even better for them. I think it's going to be worse. And this is just my humble opinion, of course, because we do have Samantha's lawsuit. I disagree with NT here, guys, where he says that they're going to prolong that lawsuit even if it goes ahead, because it's not in California, it's in Florida. And Meghan Markle, I think that Samantha will be able to say that due to her health issues, that it needs quicker resolution. This is just a very simple defamation case. Many of you have asked me to ask NT or Thomas Markle about Ashley, right? Please, beautiful people, keep in mind that that they are not I don't think Tom is very close to Ashley. They don't see each other very much. And Samantha Markle did give Meghan Markle Ashley's contacts because she wanted them both to to be friends. I guess Samantha never thought that Meghan Markle would do this, but it's actually quite terrible if you think about it, because I was thinking the other day, because from what I've been told, Meghan Markle wants to do a YouTube channel that's focused on family. Happy New Year to all of you beautiful people. Thank you. Happy New Year to all of you guys. Yes, Siri's right here, sleeping here. I just can't show her because she's with her belly up, and she's not a lady like that. So yes, the other YouTubers hopefully will be hopping in very soon. But oh, Tina's coming soon. So thank you very much. And I want to thank those who have helped with the super chats and the PayPal donation, guys. That basically keeps us going. Thanks for watching, subscribing, and liking. That's a free way to help us. Subscribing is free, liking, sharing, commenting is free. So yes, thanks for all that you do, guys. Oh, my son says that they're fishing, rays, and sharks. Wait just 1 second, guys. Henrik, be careful. Don't go in the water, because that guy died with the ray that went through his thing. So today, look what happened to my phone. It cracked. I'm so angry at that, Yeah, that's my son in Siri. Never mind that. I can't believe it cracked my screen. I hope, I hope it because it's right in the corner, so it cracked all the way, and it goes here. Can you see it? And it had the protector on, so Ruby Torres de Baca. It has just come out that Meg froze eggs and kids are surrogate. Do you think Ashley was a surrogate? I don't think so, because I think she would have invited her to. I haven't seen that article come out about them being the surrogates. I don't think that article will ever see the light of day, to tell you the truth. Yes, thank you, Marta Cadiel. Don't forget to like. Nachlam, hi, hello, sweetheart. How are you? Happy New Year. Thanks for all your support. Thanks to all of you guys. You are amazing, Can't believe you guys joined to always watch me talk. And I'm going to do a video about Queen Letizia. Queen Letizia of Spain. I have to do a video about that. And I have a video coming about Madeline McCann because I am fascinated by that. But I'm going to do it from a parent perspective, because some of us here are parents, and there's so many things that I think it's wrong with the message that they sent. But I wanted to talk to you because apparently Meghan Markle wants to come to YouTube. Remember, guys, when she said she wanted to break the internet? Some of the YouTubers are texting me. Just 1 second, guys. I just have to say. So yeah, so it's I don't think Meghan Markle will do this. Allow comments. I don't think she will. Because can you imagine the comments that woman would get, her and Harry? I mean, because remember all the break the internet my ass. We have Andrew. Hello, sexy man. Happy New Year.
Hello.
Oh,
Happy New
feliz
Year.
año.
How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good. Apparently, we're going to have stiff competition with Meghan Markle coming to YouTube.
Oh,
So,
yeah? Well, that's
yeah,
good.
I don't think she, the thing with her and Andrew, and please, don't you find that she's pompous? Her ass is pompous. She gives all these titles that are pompous titles. Global brand, the one that she fired, the hand. By the way, I watched that video. That was really funny.
Mm-hmm. No, that seems beneath her. That's why it's tough, like, to think about all this, that the clever coffee brand, the constant talk of the acting. Then and now you're saying that she's gonna come to YouTube. Hey, come to YouTube. That's great, but is she gonna have the comments turned off because she doesn't like anyone telling her shit? So I think it's interesting if she's gonna have the balls to do that, because your channel won't do well if every single video that you have has the comments turned off. That's what those people do on that team. All of them. They make all these hardcore posts on Twitter. You see them every day, and then they say the stupidest shit. It doesn't really matter what it is. They'll just say something, and then the comments are off because they know that they're going to get roasted in the comments, so they turn them off.
Yeah, we have Tati NYC says, have deal with YouTube. Probably, some people. What do you think? I don't know how that works because we have to build our shit from scratch. I mean, but some of these big people, do you think these celebs have some sort of agreement with YouTube? I mean, I don't know, how does that work?
I don't think so. I think when it comes to celebs, I don't even know if I've seen celebs per se on YouTube.
Well, we have what's her name? She follows me on TikTok. What's the girl that she was a housewife? Bethany Frankel. She's on YouTube.
Yeah, she was one of the Real Housewives. But I don't. That's why, like, when you say that it's good, hey, I that would be good. Like, going, I guess it would be going against another YouTuber. I guess. Do you mean she's gonna get her own show? Do you mean like she's gonna be a creator? What do you mean?
Well, hello, Cynthia. Hello.
Hello.
Well,
Hey.
hello. From what my friend told me,
Mm-hmm.
she wants to have like everything set up for her, like a podcast YouTube kind of thing, like shows like, for example, Megyn Kelly, or for example, Candace Owens. But these people have the comments on, then they come live. Even with Scobie, he went on TikTok. I don't know if you saw that, Andrew and Cynthia, that he went on TikTok for this when he did this book
Yeah, an
thing, because
interview. Yeah.
but she asked for the questions in advance,
Well, yeah,
and there
of
were
course,
no
because
live
that's
questions.
they can't take curveballs.
No, she
So what do
can't
you
think on
think?
her
I mean,
feet.
because she says that she wants to have 1 million subscribers when she hits the waves.
Cynthia,
They can't do that unless it's bots.
it seems so far fetched to me.
You'd be surprised. Look at Scobie. Ended up on TikTok doing interviews on TikTok with the sugar.
Yeah, but you're talking about her own channel, like
Yeah, her own channel,
her
but
own.
she wants to brand it Sussex Royal. And she can't because this is why they haven't deleted the Instagram for Sussex Royal nor the
See,
website for
if
Sussex
this is
Royal.
true, I would say go for it. That
Do
would
it.
make me so happy.
Do
Because
it.
because then you wanna put yourself out there in the water. Well, there's sharks here too. You know,
Yeah.
I think the only way it would be possible for what you're saying is something along the lines of a channel with the comments turned off. I would not be able to see a channel for that. I do know that there are pro Megan channels, but
There are. I
yeah,
was shocked.
there are a
Oh, there
few,
are.
but I think that the actual comment section of those channels is like an echo chamber. You
Yeah.
don't have people going on their comments the way that they come on our comments. I mean,
Yeah.
nobody
No.
pays attention to them. So
No.
it
Also,
would
they
be
do that on
interesting to me.
Instagram. Have you seen how they do that on Instagram? For example, Hillary Baldwin, when she posts things, you see a bunch of comments that are all positive, and then when you try to comment, it says the comments are turned off. So how the fuck do they get those comments there to begin
right?
with? How do they do that, Andy? You might be more savvy than us.
I've been off of Instagram for a while, but
How do they do that? How
I'm
do
pretty
they
sure
post
it's
those
just rich
things?
people shit. I mean, she's Alec Baldwin's wife. That's
Yeah.
But how do they do that? Because it's not the only one. I've seen other Instagrammers, right, Cynthia?
Yeah, I've seen it a few times. I agree. I think for her to go live, she would struggle because she would have to think on her feet, and she's scripted. Like, she's very much a like, stand on this X, here's your script, look at that camera. That's it. Like, she's not a think. You got to think on your feet fast, and you got to be prepared for the comments coming up quickly and fast, and it's got to be interesting. Like, people aren't gonna stay on if it's boring. They're gonna be like, oh, this is dumb, click off.
And I think people would join just to mouth her off, and if she doesn't have
if that was going to be Megan's channel, that's going to be what everyone goes there. Like, if Megan was to have her own channel, and you could certify that it was Megan behind the channel, and you're really there, then people are going to go over there just to talk shit to her.
I would.
Yeah, exactly. You see, so that's why it's such a hard thing to believe, because she doesn't take criticism well now with her fake bots. You know, we know that she's watching, we know that she's out there. But like I said earlier, go ahead, do it. If you got the balls to have a YouTube channel and you think it's going to go well for you, damn, she really must not have anything left then.
No, that's desperation.
Well, what does she have left? You know that? Remember there was that bus guy?
She has a lot left. Paula, let me tell you what upsets me so much.
Okay, tell me.
What upsets me so much is that how much money these people have. Go make little tiny shitty movies for Lifetime, or go make little low grade movies for Tubi. Okay, if it's so true that you want to be an actress, go do these things. And like I had told ENT Lawyer, I asked him, why doesn't she use her own money to make movies? And he said, well, in Hollywood, they don't use their own money. Well, that's the thing. If she really cared, which she doesn't, if she really wanted to be an actress and it's not just all a narrative, then she would make her own movies and she would hire a director. But she's not, because it's all bullshit.
She's not. Or she would even just invest in a movie. You know what I mean? She'd find a script. She'd find somebody that's going to do it, who says, hey, I need a few $1 million to like finish this project. Do you want to invest? And you can get the back end and money off the back end of it. And she'd be like, sure. Okay.
And that's what it would be like.
Yeah. I disagree with KPWHU guys. She says that neither of the Harkles. Do you mean Meghan and Harry? Because the Markle family, they're very candid. And they put
Harkles.
Yeah, Harkle. So it's Harry and Meghan.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not common error because they put themselves out there in this non-scripted. You've seen it, guys. They come on our channels here and people ask questions, but you have to keep in mind that they don't know everything about Meghan Markle. Meghan Markle clearly had a double life, you know. Now that we found out, I found this blind item, you know, from
That's an understatement.
I found this blind item about Enty, and that here this is the blind item from Enty.
Oh yeah, I saw that about Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah.
That's why I told we were on the live, and I said it. I was like, "There's no doubt in my mind she banged Harvey Weinstein trying to get a job somehow, and he probably couldn't even get her a job because she's just not good."
Yeah.
But you know, Andy, I was thinking about what you said about her. She could do it. You know, like us. I mean, my manager is City, my dog. I mean, I sit here and I talk to you guys. We don't have any, we just put ourselves out there. Now, Meghan Markle, with the kind of money, even if she's not a billionaire or a multi-millionaire, she has enough funds and enough clout due to her husband's thing that she could go and do a documentary. And if it's
she could hire actors, she could hire a director, she could well, that's what executive producing is. You're putting up your own money for a movie. She could be an EP very simply, and that's why I've said on my channel many times before, it's already 2024. You've had 4 years to do all this kind of shit, and she's never done it once because it's not real. That's why. And like ENT Lawyer said, if she was to get an Academy Award for that movie, that Meet Me by the Lake, for a producer credit like that, she would dump Harry. That's what he said. And she would be like, oh yeah, I'm the star now, so bye, a Ginger. And that's exactly what would happen.
But do you really think they're going to get that movie made by the end of their contract in 2025?
Well, it's still 2024. I think they're going to do it by 2024, yeah. I don't know what this woman plans to do. Hey, Aftermath.
Hi. Hi.
What were you saying about the 2024 with the movie?
Yeah, but I don't know what else they have. That's my problem. They have nothing. Like there's no projects in the future. There's nothing that you can say, oh, well, the Netflix deal. So that's why this Meet Me by the Lake thing, I had asked ENT Lawyer, do you think she'll put herself in it in order to, to be able to act? And he said no, but at the same time, if all she's trying to do is win some Academy Award as a producer, hey, well then, that's what she wants. But do I think it'll happen? What else do they have?
They should, in theory, have Invictus. They should have another season of Invictus because we just had Germany. So they should have footage. They should be in post-production. They should be putting that together. But the first season didn't do well.
Well, because Harry made it all about himself.
Yeah, like it didn't do well.
The
second one is going to be about Meghan.
And the worst thing is with that, they knew it was all going to be about them. So they could have still be the face of it, but then took a step back because they knew that people would feed off of that. So if they really cared, in my eyes, about Invictus, they would have just announced it, been there, took a step back, come and done the speech. But they took every opportunity to be the face of it when actually
horrible.
It should have been the face.
What was Meghan even doing there?
Showing off her wardrobe.
She didn't even look that well.
I disagree something with NT that he said about Samantha's lawsuit, because the lawsuit is not in California, it's in Florida. And Florida is much stricter than California. I do believe that if the judge gives it the go ahead, it's not going to drag on, because that only adds to the courts, system. In Florida, I talked to my friend who lives in Florida, and she said that the court systems there are much more rigid. Like it would take something really serious for them not to go ahead with the court case. Like the judges don't like delays because they like to move cases along in the court system. So what do you guys think about that?
I don't know a lot about the justice system in other countries. I don't even know a lot about it. And, I speak about emotions, the aftermath, how people feel. I couldn't even try and speak upon something I don't know about, because then I'd sound like Meghan. Do you know what I mean? So that's your corner. That's your domain.
Well, I think the trial, though, like it's already going to trial.
Yeah.
Like the pleasantries have passed. Everything's over. This is
it's going to trial already. I thought. I didn't know that.
November 4th. That it's game on. See, but the thing is, some people have said that she doesn't have to show up because it's just a simple civil trial. It's not like something like defamation, or it's not like something serious. So there's going to be that, but yeah, this is the show. It's time now. This time, Samantha's going to get her day in court on November 4th, and we're going to see how long it lasts. That's real, yeah.
But the thing I do agree with you on, Paula, which you said the other night, it's going to reflect bad if she were to drag it out, because it's going to be hanging over her. She's going to be attached to it. So in the long run, the best thing for her to be just deal with it and nip it in the buds. But if she chooses to drag it on, she's always going to be attached to that for as long as it's dragging on. So
the thing is, it's not only up to her. Samantha has to want to settle, and Samantha doesn't want to settle.
Yeah. But depending on if it's even reported.
What did you say, Andrew?
You remember when this last one happened? Nobody barely even reported on it. There was one story in the Daily Mail. So it feels we had that conversation before on another live. It felt like with the court case this last time, they barely reported on it, but they report on everything else from Meghan Markle. Why did they leave out the attention for that trial? So it's going to be interesting. I know it's still 11 months away. But to think that the media won't report on that versus everything else, it's kind of interesting. Why?
It'll be interesting to see where they're at next year when this
Yeah.
happens. And if there's nothing to report or they've just really shit the bed,
Yeah.
then the media might go,
Yeah.
let's report on this. I think Michelle DeGroot, thank you, Michelle. Yeah. There was a lot of pissed off people at the Canucks game because they stole the thunder. They took the thunder from what that night was about. And that was the Canucks Autism Network.
Yeah, they made it about them. Yeah.
They made it
And
about
she
them.
got a commercial out of it. I know
Yeah.
she's there for 1 second, but still.
Yeah,
But
what was
do you
she
think
doing in that commercial?
I don't know. Did you hear anything, Cynthia, about it?
She was hoping she could land an NHL hockey player. She
didn't land a fist pump, that's for sure.
No, she didn't. She's a little too old and not quite.
I wonder if they donated any money to those $2.2 million that were raised.
No.
They don't seem to give a lot, do they? You know, me and Cynthia were saying on our the other day.
I think the whole charity thing is a fraud.
I think it's a fraud.
Right?
We were saying about the sanitary products and how actually, I think it was Megan's mole who sort of pinpointed it, that it was like about $250 they had gave in sanitary products.
Oh my God, I've forgotten about this. Next year is U.S. election. I wonder if Meghan Markle is going to get involved again, asking people to vote. And Harry, what do you think, guys? I've forgotten about that.
Well, the election is on the 3rd, and then the trial's on the 4th.
But do you think Meghan is going to get involved?
The election's on the
5th.
But it was so cheesy. Like, it was just such a cheesy thing. It was a photo op, and it was an opportunity for her to say, okay, everybody, make sure you vote because it's your right and it's your privilege. So make sure you vote and have a say. And it was like a cheesy photo op. Like, it wasn't even a serious, like, it was a cheesy photo op. Because
that's what their life seems to be, a photo op, whether it be a mental health campaign or going to a school. It's not really about the cause in that, you know, because we never see them consistently support that cause after, you know. It's just something to go on their archetypes, from my opinion. And it just seems like just a moment to put themselves out there. That's why you never see them go back there again. No. You know, you'd like to see them at this point be speaking about again the schools in Harlem and, you know, continuing with that.
Continuous.
Yeah.
And you're right, it's been 4 years. Like, by now they should have like 5-ish organizations that they've consistently helped out, consistently stuck with, drummed up money, drummed up awareness for, and we're not seeing it. And I agree. I think their foundation is a tax funnel. It's a tax funnel. The only donations they received were allegedly Oprah and Tyler in the last year, but that's what they do. Like, all of this,
you know what, Cynthia? Dawn on me, Andrew.
They move money.
Andrew, remember that NT said that Meghan got paid about $1 million only? If
for the Spotify deal.
I really wonder if that one of those $1 million was
donation.
Because donation, maybe it was Spotify donated to Archwell, so it doesn't come in the form of
payment.
That way she avoids paying taxes and the money stays in the
I firmly believe that big donation that was made, was that last year, their first year out or something like that. Firmly believe that was some of the money that they were paid for Netflix and for some other stuff too. Because if you look at their assets and you really kind of dig into that financial piece, you see what their assets are. I think their house is considered a foundation.
But you can't even donate on the website. If you go to their website, you can't donate. So they're not getting donations from people.
No,
they're just donations. No. If you go to the Archwell website, there's nowhere to
it directs you to the organization that you can get more information on an organization, and then you can donate from that.
Like, normally on a charity, you go and it says, donate now, click here, and that's or it takes you to you can't do that with them because it's not real. It's a fraud.
Oh my God. Don't they hilarious. But don't they have? Doesn't Archwell have like links to, for example, Justice for Girls to donate? Do they have links
No,
like that?
yes, they have links for you to donate to Justice for Girls, but not to donate to Archwell.
No. Yeah.
You see, you can go and donate to the charities that they support, but you can't donate to them because it's not a charity. It's all posturing. It's all fake.
But then the one thing, and I'm going to do a post about it, the thing is that the year of redemption, this is where they don't want to connect with the people, do they? You know, that we pay our TV license, we pay our Netflix subscription. They've sold our story to us. We've all gone, no. And I see you do your post, Cynthia, about them saying that the palace has got a vendetta. And it's like all this time, they're not acknowledging the people that have watched, which they got paid to tell, who are going, no, you're out of order. And this, you know, even the fact that people can't donate, I bet you, you know, it's amongst the elite. It's up here, isn't it? They're placing themselves way above. Anyone should be able to donate to Archie type.
How would they
don't
donate?
want anyone. They want the rich.
Explain this to me then. How are they getting these donations? That means that somebody calls Megan and says, I want to donate $1 million?
No, it means someone gives them money and then they call that a donation.
Yeah.
So when they report what they got, the money that they got, they'll say, oh, well, we got however much from 2 donors. And then it'll say, where did that money come from? It was a donation.
Yeah,
so
anonymous donation. Donation.
That's what they'll call it. It's not actually something to where, like when I got demonetized, people can go to GoFundMe to donate. Yeah. It's not like that. It's a scam. This shit is a straight up scam.
But wait a minute. Okay. But because they don't say who donated, and if there is a donation, shouldn't they say who it is? Because then the IRS has to look and make sure that, because in accounting,
I can make an anonymous donation for $100,000 if I want.
Yeah, but then you report it to the IRS, and you report to the IRS.
If I make an anonymous donation,
if you want to get the tax write-off, you have to.
No, if I make an anonymous donation as anonymous, I can't use that as a tax write-off. But most people do it for that kind of money, because you see, when people have donated to the school and they want a thing for a tax, I give it to them because I'm registered and I send them the letter. Yeah.
Because with those big donations, you would think that people who donate that big is to do a tax write-off. I think
it's a loophole, and I can do an anonymous donation and I don't get a tax receipt. And there are people who do it, but they do it to places like this. Or they're the ultra billionaires in the world who don't want people to know that they give money. Like there's people that are like, believe it or not, there's people in this world like that will donate large sums of money to an organization, and they don't want people to know they do it.
Yeah.
Whether it's political,
I have people who have donated, and they don't want me to say that they've donated, but I still give them the letter for them to, to report it, because it's like a proper register thing, and they can show that.
But it becomes the words of Kevin Costner when he sort of said it thing. Yeah, sorry. About people.
People taking advantage, because that's the other thing too sometimes, is that if sometimes what happens when you get somebody who's ultra wealthy who does donate, they don't want other organizations coming to them knowing that they donate. So it's for some people, there are really, I would say, like, I don't know, 0.01% of the population that are very generous, that do give back, but they do it anonymously. They don't do it for the tax write-offs. They've got enough business write-offs, and they do it because they can. They do it because they have way more money than they're ever going to spend, and they don't want to be pestered, so they just do it. Mm-hmm. But that's not this case.
That's weird. I didn't know they.
Yeah, that's not.
No, but I mean, what do you guys think? Like, if she does come to YouTube. If she does come to YouTube, because Andrew, I don't know, are you still there, Andy? Is Andrew there? No, he's not there. If they do come to you, if she comes to YouTube, I don't see her starting from zero.
No, I think her following.
I'm sure she will want at least 1 million, because she will want to have more subscribers than Catherine and William, because when Catherine and William joined, they started from zero, but immediately got to a few 100,000.
I think even if she joined at zero, she would grow really fast, because the fascination factor.
You think
is there. Oh yeah, the fascination factor is there. Oh yeah,
you're going to get people watching her shit just to rip her apart. Like,
Oh, yeah.
you know, that with any numbers that you get attached to her name, a lot of it's us.
Yeah.
Suits and stuff. It's just so you can create a video to mock her. It's not a positive. You know, bad press is good press and all
Any
that.
press is good press. And it will be a
Yeah.
fascination factor. It will be a million people who just want to sit back and laugh at her. Not like, it really will be. Like, I don't think she'll have a problem. That's the sad thing. I think if she did an actual vlog again, I think if she did something like the TIG again, I think she would actually have the following and there would be money in it because the fascination factor is there. People psychologically are fascinated with this shit. Look at us.
Yeah. This is a brand though. This is the brand that they've got. Yeah. This is it. Just and not a very nice one. And that's why it's only going to be here. She's never going to be the face of Dior. This is a brand just campaigning off people's hate and winding people up. So
what do you think she has going though? What do you think she has going? Because she doesn't have anything else going. For example, she doesn't have, well, Dior shit's shut down. Auntie Lawyer said that she has only Meet Me at the Lake thing. And now because remember how she always said she wanted to break the internet. She wanted to be the biggest influencer Instagram, but she wants the royal moniker. And I don't think, unless she feels that Charles now won't stop her if she uses the royal word, because that was agreed upon when they left, that they were not going to use, although remember that very bitchy comment she left, although the queen does not own the word royal, we're going to not use it.
Well, do you remember, what was it, 3 months ago? They said they were going to stop using their connection to the royal family and just be their own individual brand. That hasn't happened because they know there's nothing. They have nothing. I can't see her getting this movie going unless she pays a whole lot of money for somebody else to handle it, because she can't work. She's not a independent worker. She's a trained actress who, here's your ex on the floor. Here's your script. Stare at that camera. Like she can't. It's impossible.
Yeah.
And this is a lot of work. Like to take this book and turn it into a screenwriting project and turn it into a movie is a ton of work. She can't. Look how many producers she had for her shitty podcast. Like 19 producers.
The people need to want to watch that. So other than the ones that watch just to tear it apart, they miss this link to the people though, don't they? Like, you know, you can't influence people. People don't want to wear the scent you are wearing or the clothes you are wearing. And this is why they're done. Like they need the people to stay up there. They're not up there. The people have rejected them, majority.
Andy, I wanted to ask you something because you know a little bit about legal things, right? You know about legal things. You know that Meghan agreed that she was not going to use the word royal, but that was when the Queen was alive. Right now with Charles, they've been, for example, at the hockey thing, they use the royal moniker, the royal cipher, even though they were not supposed to use it anymore. I don't know if you read that she said when they left at the Queen that they had even though the Queen didn't own the word royal, they were not going to use it. But they have Sussex Royal up and running. They have Sussex Royal website, Sussex Royal Instagram. They have, Sussex Royal X account. They still have him up. Do you think? Do you think that if there could be any legal consequences with the royal family if she goes ahead and?
Yeah,
they're still on the website. So, I mean, as we've said so many times before, the fact that they're still on the website, the fact that they're still in the line of succession, the fact that they still have the titles and they haven't been publicly stripped, I think that there's something could be said to the fact that they're still in the royal family, just on the outskirts or something. So, when it comes to legal, do you mean like can they be sued? Well, by who?
By who?
You know.
Well, for example, the monarchy or anybody, or do you think that'd be stopped?
No.
But keep in mind, like T, you know this. I mean, you live there. Like the monarchy, they don't sue people. Like
they're not going to. A lot of this was because Harry wanted to sue the media, and Charles's sort of thing was, you're going to damage our relations with the media. It's going to cause absolute carnage for the royal family, and Harry set out to do that, didn't he? And that's what he's done, you know. And the royal family won't partake in that. And that to me as well, living here, I feel like as much as, this silence and stuff, I feel like Harry and Meghan have milked that for all they can. and they know there's
I
a
wonder
small
if we can use a
window.
royal logo and just call it a business logo. You know, it'd be
Yeah.
fun. I wonder if I can put SX.
I did see today
Sussex
allegedly.
Royal with the moniker.
I did see allegedly.
But this
that in
woman
2000
she tried to have I remember she tried to sue a guy for Archwell in Philippines. In the Philippines, were you around for that, Andrew?
Not me.
Okay, she tried to trademark Archwell, and there was this guy already in the Philippines, and she was determined to take it away from him. And the guy went on an Instagram campaign, and Twitter campaign is like, help me. We want to take this away from you, this Filipino guy, because it was like a beauty salon or something like that for nails, little Filipino guys, because Meghan Markle wanted to trade it worldwide, but that didn't end up well, right? She couldn't trademark.
No, and even her archetype podcast,
Yes,
did you see I did a post yesterday about the fact that it's a book. There's a book called Archetypes. There's actually an author who, she's a guru, kind of self-wellness, build yourself up person. And she's like, she writes books about archetypes, but she's positive. She's like, find your archetype, learn how to take your inner archetype and make it work for you. Like totally opposite of what
how old is that?
2003, 2013. Oh, let me find it.
So
yeah.
Then that means she stole the idea. Another idea that she stole.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Haven't you seen the logo?
Does she
Didn't
have
she know
any
that she stole
original
that
ideas
logo?
ever?
Andy, she stole that logo from a friend, right? Remember the logo that she stole?
It's a German luxury. What the heck is it? It's a German luxury brand in Germany. It has the same logo as Archewell. She stole
no original thought ever.
No, let me find it.
Look, from my experience with people like that, because they're constantly playing a script or a character to what they are trying to project that they are, they don't really know who they are. So you haven't got an authentic self in any ideas, because they're constantly either trying to cover their tracks or project the person of the moment. And that's what we've seen with her. It's never consistent. It's always a change of plan. And even when she's sharp looks Doria, it's because it's like, shit, like the script. You've messed it up, you know? It's like, I can't, what do I do? Like the small talk of like, what are the children doing for Christmas? She's like, she knows the big spiel because that's what she wants to project, the down to earth normal her. That's long lost, you know?
Yeah.
In my opinion.
So Carolyn, it's written by Carolyn Miss. That's her name, is Carolyn Miss. She owns her own educational institute since 2003, which builds on this. So she wrote this book, Archetypes. I'm just looking for the date of publication. I know it was
it's spelled the same and everything.
Yeah.
It's all
spelled the same.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
I see
what a horrible person.
I'm just like,
but even the whole vibe of it is the same. It's not even like just the name.
No,
it's this self-love, this progress. Like it's just like, is there anything?
Do you guys think that the royal family knew she did Harvey?
She did
what?
I've
always said they have a
Do you think that the royal family knew that she was involved with Harvey?
Probably.
You think
family.
so?
I can imagine so, yeah.
Then why would they let her get away with marrying Harry?
Because if they didn't, what do you think he was going to do? She would have dragged him to Vegas.
We are not even MI6 nor MI5.
Right. This is not William who's going to be the king.
You
They've
think?
watched Harry's behaviour and mocked up after him all his life. So he has always been a walking, talking liability, really. So they knew there was a massive risk. And I bet you that's why the Queen said you can carry on being an actress to try and accommodate her in everything to keep them happy. You know, they didn't like cots, so they give them Frogmore. It was a constant feeding them. And the minute they stopped feeding them, look what happens.
Look what happened.
Yeah.
Because there was only so much feeding she could do, because there is a hierarchy, there is a system in place for the monarchy, and there's only so much she could do and was going to do. I think everybody sat back and said, you know what, it's better to have the devil in your camp to make friends with your enemies. And hopefully we can have some level of damage control versus they would have gone to Vegas for a long weekend, man. She would have dragged him into the Elvis Chapel. And
obviously, if they
married him,
what we've seen, they probably wouldn't have gone down that route, would they? You know, well, what can you do though when it's no one expected to be here linked up with you four. I never expected it. After the Johnny Depp Amber Heard, I did not think I'll be here speaking about the Prince of fucking England.
I was making goofy healthcare worker TikToks during the pandemic, doing stupid dances at the hospital with my coworkers. Like, Jesus Christ, like burnt out. Like,
Oof.
Right.
I mean, who do you think is worse, Meghan or Amber? Or who do you think is less is stupid?
I
more
think
stupid?
Meghan's worse than Amber. I think Meghan is definitely worse than Amber.
Yeah.
Because Amber was just a fluke. Amber was just a trial. That's the only reason that people talked about her. Like, yeah, everyone knew what she was trying to do. Everyone knew that she did the restraining order against Johnny Depp. But then when you find out that the guy offered her all that stuff that he offered her, and she still didn't take it because she wanted more. You know, you find out that she was extorting him, and she was lying about him, and she made up stories, and she sat on the witness stand. Like, that was a fluke. It was a total fluke. This woman, Meghan Markle, this is all planned out. This is like one gigantic plan, and it's like a con man to the max. To the max. That's what Meghan Markle is.
For me, watching it with Amber Heard, I feel like she's a vicious, she's violent. We've heard that. She was constantly lying to cover up a lie and backed herself into a corner with the greed. And she knew she was lying. I think Meghan genuinely believes her own hype. Like, at least with Amber Heard, she didn't, you know, you could see her anger in the court and like the roll of the eyes. The character was still there, her. With Meghan, I don't even know what's there. Do you know what I mean? Like, that it's deeper and darker, I believe, you know, and Amber we know was dark, but Meghan, it's like a delirious, delusional dark. It's something you can't quite grasp.
And she's obviously very connected.
And she's at and she's at such a different level. Like, I even
look she has Oprah behind her.
I look at Jada Pinkett Smith, who is another one.
Ugh.
And Meghan's even worse than Jada. Like, Jada, she's destroying her husband, and she's a piece of freaking work, that woman. And
she doesn't have any hair. I'm just saying.
I know.
That's probably why she's so angry, because she's bald.
But
is she really? Because I've seen her now, she's growing her hair, and I see she has hair.
Yeah, I saw that too. She's like, during those interviews she was doing, she has hair now all of a sudden, out of nowhere.
But the thing is with Jada, she will come
I gotta ask you something. I gotta ask you, because all of you guys did Amber Heard, right? All of you did Amber Heard, right?
Not so much, but yeah.
Amber Heard was willing to go and stand and lie. Amber Heard was willing to go and stand and lie, because that woman perjured her ass on stand.
Yeah.
I think we can all agree with that.
But you also have to remember, she thought she did a good job so hard that she kept on doing it. Remember, in Amber Heard's testimony, remember, there was a 2-week break or a week break. So that means the testimony from before the week break, Amber Heard said to herself, oh, yeah, that was good. I'll continue with doing that. And she came back and did it again. So do I think that Meghan Markle would get on the stand and lie like that? Absolutely. And Meghan Markle's better at lying. We've seen her lie, like on that night show where she said she knew 8 years of French. Meghan Markle can lie without showing it on her face. That's dangerous.
So?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. She masks like she is so fascinating to watch. From like my perspective, I'm like, can I get you in a room?
Jesus.
The thing is, you see Amber Heard like with Elaine showing her like, let me down and stuff. Meghan's just like,
once in a while, she's
been doing it for so long.
But she's so good. Once in a while, she's got some tells. She's got the blinking. She's got a mouth thing that she does. There is some physical tells that if you watch for the micro expression.
Yeah, when she does that hair thing.
The hair thing.
The hair thing with both of her hands and her vein.
Yeah, is a big one, and the blinking is a big one. And she's got a mouth tick. She's got a slight mouth tick.
Remember that Tom Markle said that she does this with her jaw?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've seen her do it with Harry.
I've seen it. that symposium that they did when they asked Harry the question and he was befuddling his way through the answer, the mask slipped. There was about a 3-second moment there that the mask slipped and she was pissed. And then her response to the next question was where she pulled in that whole seatbelt car crash thing, and you see Harry just slump in his chair.
So
and that was what
stupid.
I was like, damn, she's good. Look at that. She just punished him for answering stupidly and looking stupid on that stage.
And he took it.
And he sat there and he took it.
And he took it.
And he took it.
And also, if that is a reminder to the people, look, he's in pain. Look what, and Diana, it's just like, get her back out here, you know? And I was like, if you get the right layer, that will get under M's skin. Mask slip. Yeah. That mask would slip if she
Camille,
would.
if she gets it, if Camille gets it, let's say that Harry gets Camille to represent him. Camille will get under Meghan Markle's skin, I think.
Now, Camille is someone all our daughters and sons should look up to, not the likes of Amber Heard and Meghan Markle.
I don't think Meghan would allow herself to be on live like that, the way that Amber was. I don't think because no way.
Why do you think Amber went ahead with the trial and because she had no choice?
Because she thought she was going to win. She thought that she had it. She thought she was going to be able to act her way through.
Yeah.
Well, she was relying. But she was relying on the fact you tell the world, Johnny, that you are a victim of domestic violence. She was hanging off the Me Too. And they all attach themselves to this woke, this Me Too, so they know they're going to have an element of support in that community, you know? Like, it's she genuinely...
And that's why, for me, I know that once the divorce happens, there's going to be accusations like that from Meghan's side and from the people online. And why? Because... that's who they are. Those people that support Meghan Markle, they're those same type of hardcore Amber Heard, toxic Me Too type people. Yeah.
And the thing is, do you remember Eve Barlow who was that? Who was the professor, Andrew?
Yes. Yes.
Jeez, I remember that stupid lady.
That professor, she actually got sacked. Eve Barlow had to leave Twitter in the end because anyone that touched Amber Heard was just being brought down because they were spiting out such bile. Dorba. She was attached to some dodgy corruption at the uni she was in. But she actually tweeted about anyone that stands in support Johnny Depp will be great next.
Yeah.
That's what she tweeted.
Are you serious?
It was crazy. They had pictures of a transit van and it was like pedophile. I don't know if I can say it. And it was just disgusting what they were doing. It was just incredible. And the thing is with this, even the people that didn't support Johnny Depp were going, it's a bit unbalanced. That's a bit wrong. Yeah. You know? And they were gaining more support, a bit like Harry and Meghan. A lot of people who don't support the monarchy are now going, really, you're going to do that to your family? That's wrong.
But do you think they believe her?
Pardon?
Do you think they would believe her? Because this woman must be recording Harry for reals. And unlike Amber, because Amber only took pictures of Johnny Depp sleeping. I'm pretty sure Meghan Markle has recorded Harry doing some nasty stuff.
I don't think Harry is a very nice person to live with either, though. Like, I think it's a bit of a two-way street there. Like, I don't think Meghan's a peach to live with, but I know peeps that know shit. He's not nice and easy to live with either. Like, he's very lazy. Very lazy. He
What? You mean the prince? The prince is lazy? No way.
He likes to stay up for days on end smoking happy things and playing video games. Like he's not somebody you want to live with. Like he's got poor hygiene. He's got, he goes to
Meghan doesn't look clean either.
Neither of them do, but I mean, like,
I can't even believe this is said. Like, that's crazy to me. We're speaking about two people that used to be in the royal family, and these are things that are real. That's insane.
Very real.
But haven't you seen Meghan Markle? She looks filthy, and
every time. I don't know what's wrong. I've seen some photos of her where her hair looks like it hasn't been washed. I've never understood that. I've never
it's because of the weaves.
That.
When you have weaves, you can't wash your hair that often because he is not allowed to do that, and she doesn't have very much hair.
No. But I've heard that before. What do you mean? I've heard that Meghan Markle has weaves. What do
Well,
you
she
mean
gets
by
weaves
that?
hair because her hair is very curly. So instead of
Very
Okay.
curly.
curling her hair all the time, what they do is they weave the hair from the roots and they
Yeah.
glue it, and then so that way it's, all you see is straightened hair.
Yeah.
So she doesn't. It's not like when it grows, all she has to straighten is the roots.
Yeah. And she wears extensions. Like her weaves are long because her hair is not. Her hair is just below her shoulder naturally, but you see her with her hair almost touching.
And afro. Her hair is afro.
And her hair is afro. Like her hair is uber curly.
Well, yeah, but
Uber
she always
curly.
has straight hair. So
Well, I think that's why she wears her hair in a bun so much, the slick back bun, because I think she's struggling to keep her hair flattened and keep it down like she used to. And so now it's always in a slick back bun, or she's got
And
a ball cap on.
with anyone, if you go anywhere with humidity, your hair just goes, it just goes. So yeah. Extensions.
No, and I think that's why
This
she
is the
wears
thing
the
I was
hats.
wondering with her. I want to ask you guys, because you Andrew, you have a lot of experience in legal thing. What is exactly Samantha's lawsuit? Because I heard you say, and I'm confused about it, because I thought it was about defamation, but you said now it's not.
No, it's about defamation, but it's not the type of trial that Johnny Depp had. It's a different type of trial because when Johnny Depp took her to trial, he took her to trial for all that stuff that she did. And what Samantha is doing is a simple civil trial. So that's why, and it's also federal, so it's not going to be televised. So there's a few things going on because the Johnny Depp trial wasn't in a federal court. It was in a Virginia state court.
Yeah.
And what is the difference? I'm sorry, I'm asking. I just
It's
don't.
federal. Like the feds don't allow anything. They don't.
No.
The feds don't allow recording. The feds don't allow video. The feds don't allow anything. The only thing you're gonna get is like Andy Signor did, and like you said, you're gonna do where you people will go in the courtroom and then you report afterwards. And I don't even know. I'm not even sure you can take your phone in Fed court.
You can't.
Yeah,
No,
see?
you can't. And they have
So-
blockers. A lot of those courtrooms, they have like cell phone blockers and stuff like that too. It's the same here in Canada. Like we have a lot of rules in courts as well, between provincial court, federal court. Civil court is very different than legal court. Like it's.
So if it's federal, does it mean that if Samantha wins there, she wins at a nationwide level, or what is that? What it means, federal? Then
I don't know what the implications are for that. I just know that it's Fed, and that's the only difference between that one and the Johnny Depp. But I don't know the implications.
No, I'm just wondering why the difference? Because
I think it just depends on where she filed it, maybe.
Because she's in Florida.
Yeah.
You know what I think about, you guys were talking about Amber Heard and Meghan Markle. So you're saying that you think that Meghan Markle is a better actress than Amber?
They're connected as well. Amber Heard and Meghan Markle are connected by Gloria Steinem. That's why you see their MOs are very the same. Gloria Steinem,
boozy.
yeah, boozy as well. But Gloria Steinem and Gloria Steinem is also connected to Evan Rachel Wood, the woman that tried to go after Marilyn Manson. Now and that's where I think that's the reason that I think a lot of these three cases were very similar because the dog. That's why, because of the dog. Because you have Gloria Steinem that's at the top, right? She's like the original OG feminist, and then these three women have learned from her tutelage. So that's why you have Meghan Markle using the press the same way Amber Heard used the press, the same way that Evan Rachel Wood used the press, because they all learned from Gloria Steinem.
You know the irony, though? The irony is the top feminists that they're actually doing more damage to feminism, and actually all they're doing is shining a light on these women that will take advantage and play the victim, and actually they're protecting more men by these women doing this on the main stage. Like I had someone on my channel whose brother had left his partner because of watching the Johnny Depp Amber Heard court case, because he see the same red flags. So actually they're doing a favor to men by doing this, and making
I firmly, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, babe. I firmly believe that Amber Heard, part of her thought process was, nobody's going to believe him because men are never abused. And there's such stigma attached to male domestic violence, when boy, did this flip flop on her, because it totally blew up in her face, totally showed that no, men are victims a lot more than we know about because they don't come out. Like Johnny Depp has no idea. I don't think he understands the power of his willingness to be open about his marriage to Amber, because what it did for men to empower them to say, you know what, my wife is abusive. This is shit. I'm not doing this anymore. And for people to start believing them. And I think that's the difference. And Jada too. Jada's another one. It sort of blew up in her face a little bit because now people are starting to look at their relationship and go,
Yeah, but Jada was selling a book. That's what her problem was. Like the whole thing with Jada started because of a book. It wasn't because Will was abusive. It wasn't because there was any actual scandal. She was just trying to sell copies of a book. And if you, I don't know if y'all heard her with this rapper named Fat Joe. There was a clip of them two, and Jada Pinkett Smith said about her sales for her book. And then Fat Joe comes back and tells her, well, I hope it'll be something like Prince Harry, where it sells 3.4 million in the first week, because that's what happened. And that's why all these celebrities have book deals now, because they saw what Prince Harry did at the beginning of the year.
Wow.
But
That's
do you
real.
think
That happened.
do you think that Johnny Depp winning opened the door for people to see abusive women in a different light, guys? Because
Yeah.
I think that was, that Johnny Depp had the balls to say, because I heard that tape, when she say, go ahead, Johnny Depp, tell the world. And I'm like, fucking, and I mean, did you think, what I was thinking when I was hearing you talking, guys, because that there was Johnny Depp sued the Daily Mail or some paper for calling, I think it was Dan Wooden that called him a wife beater or something like that. And he lost the lawsuit because they believed Amber Heard when she was eating through there. That really bothered me.
That's why the UK courts, nobody trusted, because over there Amber Heard lied.
Yeah.
Amber Heard has lied to the UK court, and Meghan Markle has lied to the UK court, and they were both busted lying, and the UK court did nothing. So I don't know.
But do you think that's why she felt safe to do it? Because let's not forget that Johnny Depp's reputation wasn't the shitter. He had been let go by everybody.
Because everyone believed Amber.
Because everyone
believes Amber based off the UK courts in the press and the media, I suppose. But I, for one, from my own experience, I wouldn't even be here today if it weren't for Johnny Depp Amber. I wouldn't be speaking out. But I literally magnetized to that case because no one had ever spoke about domestic violence, and I grew up in it. So I was like, oh my God, and it was like watching a fly on the wall. I booked a week off annual leave to watch her in the stand. I went into work and they were like, what? And I was like, I've got to watch it. I've got to watch it. And it was triggering. It was really, but this is the thing, a victim, when you hear a victim, you stand by the victim. It don't matter if you're male or female. And I think even a lot of females were shocked because they were naturally aligning with just the victim. And this is what the likes of Amber Heard did not understand. She just thought, I'm a woman, I've got all these feminists like Gloria around me, and they're going, yeah, you can do this. Then actually the real victims of domestic abuse and violence, like, no, you are my abuser,
I think without Amber Heard and her showing the public about these toxic feminist type women, I don't know that Meghan Markle would be losing right now. Because some people look at what Amber Heard did, and then Meghan Markle makes sense all of a sudden.
I agree.
When they look at the way that she treats, now I'm not saying that Harry's not a piece of shit and she's this Black Widow character, but because I do think that Harry is a piece of shit. But in a sense, you look at where Meghan is trying to manipulate the public simply because she's a woman. So believe me. And then she threw in the racism as well. And that's supposed to be a 1-2 punch. Being a woman and you're talking about racism, that's supposed to be it. You lose automatically, but it didn't work.
But it's sad, isn't it, the racism, because she has caused divide through all communities. Even the Black community, you see people.
Yeah, there's a divide even with
that are speaking out. The damage that's been caused there is, it's really sad. She's took it back, in my opinion. She's took any progression back a good 20 years, and that's really sad.
But do you think Meghan will use, he hates Black people? Because Harry's pretty racist, guys. She has enough on him.
Yeah,
let's get this right.
About Chelsea, when they asked him where his girlfriend was from, he goes, "Oh, she's from South Africa, but it's not like she's
not Black." Yeah, she's not Black.
See, but the kind of racism that Harry has, is also rooted in the fact that he's a prince, where when he's talking about other races, that he's above them and they're beneath him. Like, it's a real type of racism that's not like normal racism that we have here in society. Like, he thinks that he's above people. He thinks that he's better than people. And if anything tells you that, it's the fact that he wants to shut down free speech, even in a country he's not even from. Yeah. You see, he thinks he's above everybody. I bet you anything, even above maybe his own father, his own brother.
100% he does. 100% he does.
You know what? I never read the whole of The Spare. I know you did, Cynthia. You took one for the team, right? You listened in as you was at work.
Everybody knows this. Do you guys know this? Do you guys know this? Tina, do you know this? Sorry to interrupt. That after Harry was caught being racist to this Pakistani soldiers, he after went and said to this black chap, "You don't sound like a black chap. You don't sound black."
I took one for the team. I did the audible version of Spare. And I did archetypes. My liver, I'm just saying, if I ever need a piece of liver, y'all are on the hit list here. My liver took such a hit for a year. But he did, like, even within his own, and don't get me wrong, there's racism in the military. There's lots of racism in the military. Everywhere. Do not. There's racism in every institution. There's a level of racism. But he held himself, even in the military, he thought he should be a general after basic training, like, because I'm the Prince Harry. And obviously his time in the military didn't go well because he didn't get promoted very much. He didn't hit any rank in the military, at which, like, I mean, if you sneeze hard enough and you can stand upright and breathe, you can get a promotion in the military. Like, it's not complicated. He didn't. You know, and we all know the rumors, Bunker Harry. Like, I mean, I'll read you
guys this because any other person would have been kicked out. Harry's understood to have failed his first pilot theory test last week, but Army chiefs are giving him extra tuition to make sure he passes at his second attempt. They are also sending him on an equality and diversity course as a disciplinary procedure following weeks of negative headlines about his alleged racist comments. Harry apologized for remarks about an Army cadet from Pakistan on camera 3 years ago. Comedian Stephen K. Amos then revealed the prince had told him he did not sound like a black chap. I mean, can you imagine that the entire Army had to get together to help him pass his helicopter pilot test, the theory test? Any other soldier would be just, oh, sorry, dude, you didn't pass it. You didn't pass it. This is why he was never even given his own helicopter, because they knew, and they cheated on it. I'm sure they cheated on it. What do you guys think?
I think carry on. Sorry.
No, you go, T. You go, girl.
No, I was just saying, I think the royal family would do that to any of their own. You know, with the Army, they need to be up there, don't they? They need to have achieved, you know, to show their, you know, I think even Harry, if William would have failed, but, you know, they would have made sure they passed at some point, you know. That's just my opinion. And look at Harry. Like, there's a piece of me that thinks he was trying to one up William's military service. So I too am going to be a helicopter pilot, because my brother was, but I'm going to go to combat and do it. I'm going to go to war and do it.
Barely
went to war. He was
barely went to combat.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he even admitted he didn't see any action.
Well,
he's never seen one day in combat, Andrew. Exactly. He's never seen a day in combat.
Yeah.
And then he admitted that in an interview. What a dumbass.
You know, I think Meghan has seen more action, more combat action than he has. I can guarantee you that.
Well, but he put in his book, when he made the comment in his book about, you know, chess pieces, and he gave his kill count, and it was like, nobody does that.
Well, also in the book,
nobody.
Sorry, I'm bad.
Sorry, you won't hear a veteran speak about kill count. They don't talk about it. They might talk about it quietly within the inner circles when you get enough beer in them, but they don't talk about it publicly. They don't talk their kill count. It doesn't happen.
And you know that, don't you? Because you've had experience.
Yeah. Doesn't happen.
Well, it's because it's a game to him. That's the reason he would do something like that, because, and that's what I've talked about that with the actual Megxit altogether, that Megxit was a game to him because he knows that his father will never pull his titles. He knows that he'll never be taken out of the line of succession. He knows that there's never going to be any real world consequences for going to Hollywood with this fake black woman. And he thinks it's all a game. I think this guy does.
Because they've always been there to fix it and mop up after him.
Yeah.
And
you know what?
that?
We're going to start wrapping this up because I know it's New Year's and I want to thank you guys. I don't want to take too much of your time, but I want to wrap up with this thing. There was an article because of Fergie being shown, being back in the royal family. They're now saying that there's hope for Harry and Meghan to be coming back to the royal family. What do you guys think about that? This 2024. Do you think that Charles is starting to wind down and because that was a huge message. Fergie did not need to walk with him. She could be part of the family, but not be visible. And now all the newspapers are saying that there's hope for Harry and Meghan to come back to the royal family because they're so missed and they're such an act. You've seen the articles, right? And we've seen now the royal reporters talking about that shit. I mean, what do you guys think?
I think great. Fergie took 32 years. All right, Meg, we'll see you in 32 years.
No, but they're saying this 2024.
No, for real. No, I'm serious. That's what I say. If this woman took 32 years to come back to the royal family, I don't want to hear from you, Meg, again for 30 years. Go away. And then that's it. And we can finally talk about someone else. But it's not going to happen.
I think William and Catherine will not have that, personally. I feel like if it was Charles Solo and you didn't have to take into account George, William, Catherine, and all of that, of course, I don't think the people will embrace Meghan. The thing is, this is things of British people. There is a lot of love for Fergie. There always has been. There always was. Yeah. So that will take you a long way. And she done wrong. She did. But people still loved her. People don't like Meghan. Yep. So that's your difference straight off. Like, you know, and Harry, I do believe if it all goes wrong, you are.
If it all goes wrong,
I said, you think people don't like Meghan?
Well, you know, possibly, maybe, you know, just my opinion.
And if it all goes wrong, what were you saying? If it all goes wrong?
If it all goes wrong with Harry and Meghan, I do think the people will be okay with them having Harry back, but not actually is it working because you can't trust him.
Yeah. And I think that first of all, I don't think Meghan wants to go back to the royal family. I think she wants the connection to them because she's monetizing it, but she doesn't want to go back to the royal family.
She got what she wanted already. She got what she wanted. It's over, yeah.
She's not going back. And I don't think when I watched the Queen's funeral and I watched the body language and I watched how like Sophie sandwiched herself between Meghan and Catherine and William's children, for example, getting out of the car, they don't want her around William, Catherine, and their children. They don't want it. And the fact that nobody's inviting these two in right now for anything because they know they're going to monetize. They know there's going to be a camera in glasses. They know there's going to be a microphone hidden somewhere. They don't want that. So I don't think we're going to see it anytime soon. But I do agree. I think when Harry and Meghan blow up and it's done, Harry will come back to the family. He will be taken back in. They will find something for him to do. But he will not be trusted. And he will not be trusted. No.
I don't know. You know, Charles is used to getting what Charles wants. I don't know about that, you know. And I mean, you know why I think Meghan and herself, I've always said, is not powerful. It's just the fact that she's been allowed to get away with so much.
Hold on. Is she though? Because I was reflecting on that. On that, right? With the possibility of this list coming out, right? Is she, or we've talked about the fact before that people think she might have something on Harry. Is she the type of person to blackmail? Is there a reason she's never been taken down? Is there a reason that she has so much power in the media? She's always talking, right? Do you think that maybe there's something we're all not seeing here? Because a lot of people have said, oh, she's really stupid. She doesn't know anything. Are you sure? Are you sure that this woman is an idiot?
So go with me on this. Like, she was a Soho girl. Yeah. I'll tell you something. These call girls, they have a lot of dirt. A lot of powerful people. And they have notebooks. They have notes. They have information on these people. Let me tell you, bed conversation can be something else.
That's what I was thinking the other day.
Yeah. And a lot of these girls have a lot of information.
A lot of secrets.
Men are stupid in bed after sex, man. They'll
Because
talk
what?
about
Let's check this out. Check this out. Watch.
allegedly.
Andrea, is that
let's say
true?
it's-
Is that
What?
true? That you're stupid after sex?
No,
They don't
no,
have
it's
any
called
blood left over in their
post.
brain.
No. It's called
Called
post
pillow
nut
talk.
clarity. You're actually smarter after sex.
Yeah, it's pillow
Because
talk.
it's
But
fixed.
a lot of powerful men pillow talk. There's
Yeah.
pillow talk that happens. And these girls aren't stupid because they know they've got an expiry date. So they hold information
And
so
it's
that when they hit their expiry date, they go, hey.
Well, why are they in that bed in the first place? Is to further and progress their careers. That
Yep.
you know that it's.
Yeah.
So you think that she has stuff on Harry or Andrew? You know what? A part of me thinks that she slept with Andrew. I'm gonna say it. I do believe she slept with Andrew.
Don't say that on
Twist.
Ron's channel.
Oh
No.
my God, allegedly. I'll be right.
Allegedly.
We're saying it here. We're saying it here. Meghan Markle has been around Soho House since 2005 in New York because she flew a lot of times to New York. She was at the Hamptons, everything. And Andrew flew to New York many times. There's absolutely no way that Meghan Markle did not screw Andrew. That's just my opinion.
And look at all the pictures.
Allegedly.
And
Allegedly.
Weinstein.
Have you been on X? Look at all the pictures of her and Marcus that are now starting to come out online. Like her and Marcus.
Yeah, why is that happening? I've noticed that.
Besties.
Which pictures?
There's
Her
a
and
bunch of them.
Marcus.
There's a
Her and
bunch of
Marcus.
them.
Oh yeah.
Who?
Like
Eugenie?
no, Megan and Marcus.
Oh, but there's always been pictures, tons of pictures of them
they're
out.
coming out. Like it's just coming out. Like
But for
crazy.
some reason they're resurfacing. Yeah, I
Like,
don't know
big
why.
time resurfacing. So you know she's
didn't know
got dirt on people. You
Ah,
know
so
she's
it's to
got dirt.
throw weight behind that. I've got stuff on people. Remember this man? The links.
Yeah.
I didn't know that, guys. I didn't know that. My
And I
goodness.
think she wants people to think she's stupid. I do. Because I mean, think about it. If someone thinks you're an idiot, then they're gonna underestimate you at all times. So she wants people to think that, oh, she's just some bimbo, she's just some ditzy girl. No, she's a horrible actress, and what else is she gonna need? Manipulation in order to get even a commercial.
Well, actually, if you look at it, anything that's been said online about the muted down tones, the way she wears her clothes, the way she drags Harry about, she comes out stronger doing it even more.
Yeah.
That's not someone who's trying to fix it and trying to that's not someone who's stupid. She knows that this is going to get her in signs. She's playing the biggest game of her life.
Oh yeah.
In my opinion, she's not like trying to fix it and like patch it up. She's not gun ho. She knows what the end game is.
Yeah.
Harry.
Yeah, that's a good thing. That's a good end game. And do you think nobody's going to be spared?
Nope.
The problem is, though, she doesn't seem to connect with the fact that the people can see, kind of, and don't like. And without that link to the people, you got to think, where's Amber Heard?
In some other country.
In some other country.
She was in Spain, wasn't she?
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have a feeling Meghan is going to be very vicious when it comes to divorce.
Oh, yes. Oh,
But
yes.
I missed a part in the spare, and I see a bit today where it was they'd gone to a royal event, and I think it was something to do with Remembrance Day. And the next day, because they stayed at Buckingham Palace that night, the next day they went down for breakfast, and Meghan had seen the newspaper, and she was on the front page, and she was like, "Oh my God!" Like she's shocked. And Harry had actually wrote, "They don't like it when someone comes along and they do a better job than the one who was born to be it." And I was like, wow, that's what you were saying about your gran then.
For real.
That's what you wrote in your book. She's done a better job than the Queen. Wow.
Yeah. That's what he said in his book. And he was like, that's why we had to leave, because they didn't like that she was more liked by the people and going to do a better job. And she was more progressive.
That makes sense, because the whole thing is about how the people rejected her and were so mean to her.
That's
but
terrible.
Whole thing of leaving,
And
I see that for. I was like, wow.
You know, she's a modern feminist, and they don't like that. And I'm like, modern feminist? She sleeps her way to the top. Like, that's not modern feminism. Like, feminists around the world, a lot of them are going like, no, lady, don't speak for us. You don't speak for us. And talk about a modern feminist. The Queen was a modern feminist. Holy
Princess
crap.
Look at
Anne.
Amber Heard. Look at Amber Heard. Slept with Johnny, got
Well-
big. Jada Pinkett Smith slept with their biggest claim to fame is that they married famous men.
3 shit actresses
Yeah.
that even
B-level
with these
actresses.
men on their arms couldn't get to where
Couldn't
they
do it.
wanted to get.
Nope. Couldn't do it.
Oh well.
That's
Like,
terrible.
Oh,
Anyways, we're gonna get going, guys, because I know it's Christmas, it's New Year's, but I want to
Yeah.
thank you, my beautiful panel today, and we're gonna give you lots more. Don't forget that we do the Royal Mass on Fridays. But I want to thank Andy. I want to thank Tina. I want to thank Cynthia for coming in and joining me. And I wish you all a happy New Year's.
Happy New
Tina,
Year.
Bye. Thank you.
everyone.
Thank
Well,
you,
thank
everyone.
guys.
Happy New Year's.
Thank
Happy
you.
New Year.
Thank you, Paula. Bye.
Bye-bye. So thank you very much, guys. I wish you all a happy new year. Thanks for everything. And we're going to start 2024. And if Megan comes to YouTube, you can count your ass that we're going to give her the welcome she deserves on YouTube. What do you guys think? Del Plummer is 2024 in Australia. Happy New Year's, everybody. Let's wish Del Happy New Year. Happy New Year, everybody. You're amazing. Thank you very much. And have a wonderful, again, Happy New Year. And I'll see you in 2024.